All right, so we got one of the lifelines here in our business, which is our warehouse. This warehouse keeps us super busy during the wintertime from our designers and our storage. It has reoccurring revenue, and this helps out with cash flow. Because a lot of the times during the winter, nobody's moving. And when you have storage, it's reoccurring revenue that happens every single month. So you're able to pay your bills and you're able to stay profitable. So the warehouse in Arizona, we have a bigger warehouse. It's a 20,000 square foot warehouse. And what I noticed is that the warehouse in Arizona is not being fully maximized like this. What we're gonna do in the Arizona warehouse is we are going to maximize it and do residential storage, and we're gonna maximize all the storage that we currently have right now. We're gonna go higher, we're gonna go wider, but most importantly, we're gonna get more clients. What I noticed in Arizona is that the warehouse is the main component right now for business. The warehouse has all interior designers housed in there, and we're doing a lot of deliveries for the interior designers. Now, we're gonna go ahead and build on that, but most importantly, since the warehouse is big and has a lot of room, we're going to add residential storage to that. We're gonna go ahead and market the residential storage, and we're gonna market it to a bigger audience so we can go ahead and fill that warehouse and maximize that warehouse. The importance on residential storage is extremely important. Here's why. It's 2 moves and storage. So you get the customer that comes in as a move. They come into your storage, that's 1 move. They store for a couple of months, however long it is, and there's gonna be a second move because they have to go out of storage. So essentially you're billing the customer out 3 times. A lot of the times people want to store with a moving company because it's full service. They bring the stuff into the storage and then they go ahead and deliver it. So you're only speaking to one company. If you're dealing with a outside storage, that's self-storage, you have to deal with a storage company, and then you have to also deal with a moving company, then you have to deal with a moving company again. So you gotta make 3 different calls versus 1 call when it's to 1 moving company that has a storage facility. So the revenue from the warehouse has been consistent at anywhere from about $35,000 to about $45,000 a month. And that's just from the warehouse, the receiving, the inspection, and then also the shipping as well. Now, that does not include the deliveries that come out of the actual warehousing. I believe from the actual warehousing, or the actual deliveries that came out of the warehousing has been anywhere from about 50 to about 100,000 the last 2 months, because everybody stores all their items and gets delivered at the end of the year, and that's typically the time frame when designers want to have their stuff delivered, because a lot of the times it's residential and their clients are either doing it for tax purposes as a tax deduction to buy new furniture, or they're redesigning their place for Thanksgiving and for Christmas so family members can come over. So seasonal trends for warehousing, it just depends on the client and audience that you're targeting. Now, for residential storage, they're probably going to have most storage come in during the summertime. That's when moving companies are the most busiest, and that's when residential clients are mainly moving. Now, if you're dealing with designers, their busy time is during the winter season, because again, their clients are either buying furniture for tax deductions, or they're buying furniture to furnish their house for Christmas and for Thanksgiving, so they can have all their family members or friends over for the holidays. The company has been doing really, really well during the season. The reason why is because we put in the work and we built the relationships years before, and also the returning customers are coming in during this time. So I'll give you a quick example of that. Now, let's say 2 years ago, we had customers that moved during Christmas time. Now their leases are up, and it falls around the same time that Christmas and the slow season happens. So, you do that for all the years that we've been in business. 2 years, 1-year leases, 3-year leases, however long it's been, they're all moving around that same time frame because that's when their leases break. So all the influx that's happened, that people are moving during this time of the year, all adds up, and it all comes into December. So that's the reason why we're not as slow during this time of the year. So that's one thing that I definitely put a huge focus on, was making sure that we nurture the clients that we have already had. Because the average person moves an average of 13 times in their lifetime. So you want to make sure that you're going ahead and nurturing those relationships and giving them irresistible offers so they move with you again. What nurturing your clients does is it decreases your customer acquisition costs, and then your lifetime value per customer goes up because they're moving with you more than once. Now, since you're having that same customer move with you multiple times, you're not having to spend marketing dollars to them. All you're doing is sending them a simple email and nurturing them and making sure that you're letting them know that you're still around. Two things that I love so much about the warehouse is number one, it's reoccurring revenue. You get a consistent amount of revenue from the warehouse every single month as long as you have it filled up. Number two is that you bill your customer or client 4 different ways. Number one is storage. Number two is the move in. The third way is the receiving. And the fourth way is the shipping. And that's a wrap.